Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you all to the Insights of Sierra Leone. As I always have stated, this show is not to promote any parties. This show basically is the concerns of our nation that we love, which is Sierra Leone. Personally, we don't care what party is in the house. Our concern is that the government is doing what is right for the people of Sierra Leone. That is our main concern. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always stated that I welcome each and every political member to this platform, meaning that they have something resourceful to distribute unto you, that are willing to give something that is a factual. And as I've always stated, is at any time I give information that is not a fact, please feel free to contact me and I'll be more than happy to rectify it. I've always opened that platform to everyone. Now, not to say that I am being biased or whatever the situation is, but I just want a lot of clarity as to what is going on. I have a video that I'm going to show shortly. This video shows the Minister of the Water Resources, which is Nama Chang, talking to Vandy in reference to what is right and what is wrong. And the Minister of Lands, which is Dennis Vandy, is standing there arguing with different people due to greed. The reason why I applaud this young lady, Nama Chang, is due to the fact that she was willing to publicly stand there and speak instead of waiting to go behind the scenes. So people like Nama Chang, I applaud you for standing up for what is right instead of hiding behind the scene. These are the people, these are the government officials that we need. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are not here to play bias. We just need individuals that are willing to stand up for this nation that we love. I'm not going to sit here and say Sierra Leone is a third world country. It's not. But we are not developing. If you look at countries surrounding Sierra Leone, they are developing. But what is wrong with Sierra Leone? What is it that we are doing wrong? Is it the people of Sierra Leone, or is it the political, government that is in power that is doing something wrong? We have yet to have electricity in Sierra Leone that is substantial to the need of the people. We have yet to have suitable streets that we can say we can travel comfortably. If you go to Liberia, Nigeria, the Gambia, and so on. What is really going on with the government in Sierra Leone? Again, this show is just to state the facts as to what is going wrong and what we need to do to rectify some of this situation. Ladies and gentlemen, please watch this video as Nama Chang talked to the deputy, the Minister of Lands, Dennis Vandy, in reference to what he's doing wrong. Can we please see the video?
That Minister of Water Resources is thinking about constructing a state of the art at Zambia.
Honorable Minister, let me add something to it. We know it's far, but do you know the dangers? If that one breaks there, everybody here will die. Let that go in records.
No, it don't break down because
No.
It don't break. No, it don't break. We are
The amount of water there.
It's true, but it has never honestly.
No, you have to take precautions. Let that go in record. That it is dangerous for people. It is dangerous for people to live here. It is dangerous for people to live here.
Compromised by just deforestation.
No, sir.
Stability has been compromised.
Wonderful. So this is it.
So when the stability has been
We're
compromised,
talking about the danger of people living here.
No, but listen.
There is a danger of living here.
We are not denying that, Madam Minister.
Yes,
That danger is something to
Honorable.
discuss. But what we are saying here is the process that led to these guys here. Now, if what you are saying has been explained to us earlier, we have
No, you didn't consult
Simple.
You knew that the green belt was somewhere there.
on the road.
No, sir. No.
And then you came and developed beyond the green belt.
No, sir. The agreement was never there, sir. Go to the records.
in terms of precipitation and other things, when once this place has been destroyed like this, it reduces the rainfall. There will definitely be shifts in rainfall patterns. Even currently, we are evaporation. All those hydrological data, it's been affected. So I don't think we need any compromise here. And most importantly, 2 kilometers from this point to the main dam itself poses a security threat. Because of the dam and the plant or the treatment process is being designed based on the characteristics of the raw water. Once the raw water is being polluted more than what it was designed for, now we start to wonder if we have the treatment process to manage what has been introduced into the raw water. So I think we need zero.
That is an engineer that is trying to explain to Dennis Sandy. I apologize for pronouncing your name wrong. It's not Vandy, it's Sandy. So, let's just get that right. Now, as you can see, this is on so many different social media platforms that is being displayed.
Now the Ministry of Water Resources is saying that it is very dangerous for the lives of the people who will be here. And as a responsible government, we need to take action. What is the way forward? Ministry of Lands, what do you need now to do to reverse this action? Now we know there is a mistake, but we don't want to risk people's lives. And this is the only dam we have in the western area. So now, because we've seen the Ministry of Lands taking care of structures that we are not supposed to be there. Now this is the same case. What would you do now? There is a mistake.
News in Freetown. I am Admaya Samai reporting.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, I just want to, give a lot of respect to Norma Chang due to the fact that she's willing to speak out. And a lot of other leaders are not speaking out. When you see wrong is being done, you have the right to speak out. You have the freedom of speech. I cannot put enough emphasis on it on a weekly basis on the fact that you have the freedom of speech. And there is also the judicial system which entitles you to have that freedom of speech. Now, if you're treated wrongly, if you verbalize something that you see that is not wrong, we the people will come to your aid. We the people will bring the justice for you. I'm not going to sit here and say that every party, every regime that has come into power has displayed equality, freedom, and justice. I will not say that. Every regime, every government that has come into power has their flaws. But what we need to do is try to fix these flaws. We need to empower the youths. We need to develop our country. Many of us sit here and say, I'm from Sierra Leone, and we pump our chest out. But what are we actually doing? The internet is available to everyone. Do not speak something that is not a factual. If you are going to speak on something, make sure it's a fact. Make sure it's to empower the country or the citizens of that country or of that nation. So I applaud you, Namachang, for speaking out when something is wrong. And to go a little bit further into it, this show today, it's about contracts, land contracts. Now, this gentleman, Dennis, which is the Minister of Lands, Sandy, it's apparently has gone beyond the green belts, the reserve, and the Boy Scout camp selling the land. Why are you selling lands that do not belong to you? Ladies and gentlemen, the last time I was here, I gave out Jallo's number. Mohammed Jallo is the Minister of Tourism, which indeed he is now also involved in going around and taking people's lands. And him and Vandy have this agreement where they take lands and sell it to the highest bidder or someone that they know. Sandy, that they know. So it's quite disturbing, ladies and gentlemen. So we will go into it. And I just wanted to touch upon the mere fact that, Dennis Sandy, it's your responsibility to uphold the law of the land of Sierra Leone, not to sell the land of Sierra Leone to foreigners. Let Sierra Leoneans have the opportunity to invest in their home, to develop their country. Now, moving further, being the fact that we're speaking about contracts, a lot of contracts has been terminated, and which indeed, I want to touch upon one of the biggest things, which indeed NCUP has been doing a lot of investigation into, and we do have documents to show what has been going on, and NCUP will be coming to a conclusion of their investigation shortly. Now, to my understanding, ladies and gentlemen, the last regime, the last government, the last president bought a land from the people, and then he's paid the government for the land, he paid the people, and he relocated the people as well. So that way, he can build one of the biggest airports in Sierra Leone, where airplanes that don't normally come into Lunge but can land into that airport. It was going to be in Yamama. And this is the land that is now being sold. This is the land that, they went to the former president, of the Ghana, and sold the land to his brother. Now, to my understanding, the construction, the project, was due to start November 2018. But when this current government came into power, they terminated that contract. Now, you yourself need to think as to why would they sell this land, Yamama land? Why would they sell it if it was meant to be to develop for the betterment of the country? Why? Now, the former president of Ghana's brother, which was, well, Mahama's brother, went to Sierra Leone and purchased part of the land, to which indeed he's going to build a factory, which is to develop drinks. Why would you sell this land to someone of a foreigner? Why not, if anything, look for Sierra Leonean investors to invest into the land? And then, after that, Fatima Bio's brother went to the Gambia and got another investor to purchase the other half of the land. The saddest thing to me, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that there will be a time where, sadly to say, we Sierra Leoneans will no longer have no land to claim as our own, in our own country, in our own nation, in our own home, due to greed. Now, just to go back a little bit to Dennis, the Minister of Land, Sandy, to my understanding, he's building a home for the First Lady, Fatima Bio. So every land that he sells, he gives her a percentage. So we are taking from our people and giving to other countries. We're developing other countries instead of developing our own. How would you feel if I was to come in your home, hypothetically speaking, in your home and tell you now your living room now belongs to me? You no longer have that space. It's now my space. The only thing that you own in your home, it's your bedroom. How would you feel? Every time you come out your room, you see me. It gives you a bit of uncomfortability, doesn't it? Well, that is an uncomfortability that a lot of Sierra Leoneans are facing. They're going through. When we put a government into power, the essence of them to be there is to develop the nation. It's to develop the country, not to take away or destroy the country. The reason why I personally support the NCAP is due to what they're doing. When they see something is wrong, they stand up and say, this is not right. This is not how it's supposed to be. Why is this being done? They have questions that they ask. Now, Abdeleni, which is the former president's brother, Mahama, his name is Abdeleni. This is the gentleman that has purchased the land half of the land to develop a factory to invest in. Now, the funny thing, ladies and gentlemen, with everything that has been said and done, the monies that was received or that has been received from the sale of this land where this airport was supposed to be, the government stated that is to develop the airport in Leone. They want to renovate and expand the airport. Okay, let's just touch up on it. We are going to renovate the airport. We're going to expand the airport in Leone. Excellent. I applaud you for that. But again, this is the same airport that you went to McKinney and started killing people over for a generator. If you're spending all this money that has been given to you for the land where an airport was supposed to be to support the country with import and export, tourism, bigger airplanes landing, and you said no, it's not visible to you. So you terminated that contract. You said, we're going to do this project in Leone. Well, all that money that has been given for that land, why do we, or why do you, the government, BO, have to go and kill people for a generator when you have enough funding to get another generator? You know, the funny thing is that a lot of these presidents went to school in the Western world. What you learn is what you're supposed to take to your country and said, this is how we can develop. Not to go back and try to destroy your country. What is the essence of that? Is it because of greed? Or is it because of you don't have a mind of your own? I recently did a show where we speak about mirror neurons. Mirror neurons is basically where you don't have a mind of your own. Well, we as human beings, our mirror neurons give us the opportunity, the ability to empathize with another human being. We mirror someone else's action. But as I stated during that show, as a leader, you have to think beyond that. You have to think outside of the box. Don't even think outside of the box. Take yourself out of the box so you can have a clear view. So many people have been crying in Sierra Leone. And before each and every leader gets into power, they always say, we're going to help the youths, we're going to develop our nation. But once you get into that party, you lose yourself. Is it right? As I've always stated, is that the legacy that you want to leave behind? Now, when this party came into power, ladies and gentlemen, sadly to say, let me just go back a little bit. Dennis Sandy, I'm not trying to be difficult onto you, but you are the same gentlemen that say that there are witches coming to kill you. anyone with common sense stands in front of you and you making such a statement would think something is wrong with you psychologically. There are witches coming to my office trying to terminate me, trying to kill me. For you to have that kind of imagination, that kind of thought, something is not right somewhere. A little bit disarrayed? Or is it that you've been doing so much wrong that now you think that people are coming after you? As I've always stated, ladies and gentlemen, I blame the government for a lot of things. But Bio, I blame you because so much is expected of you. Bio, I blame you because so much is expected of you. Your people that are surrounding you are not doing what is right. You need to rectify this situation in order to resolve the problem. You have advisors. Are they advising you properly? Or is it that you're not listening to what the advisors are trying to convey onto you? The funniest thing about life, as I've always stated, the office that you hold today, someone else will hold tomorrow. The name that people remember is the legacy that you leave behind that represents that name. You want your great-grandchildren to say, this is what Sandy did. This is what, Jalo did. And so forth. Please, leave a legacy. Now, as we continue, ladies and gentlemen, I said today's show is going to be about contracts. When Dennis Sandy came into power, he stated that he was going to reclaim the government land, the government lands. Okay, that's good. But what does it actually mean? Did anyone ever question this gentleman as to say, what do you really mean? What do you mean by that statement? What he is now doing, he is now going around taking land that people have purchased from them if they don't pay him $40,000. Isn't that a little bit ludicrous, ladies and gentlemen? As we're all aware, a lot of people in Leone are not working. A lot of people that have purchased these lands have been struggling to develop onto these lands. And you come and tell them that they now have to pay you $40,000 or they have to evict, move away from the land. Is that the humane thing to do? Is that humane? When people purchase a land, is to say, this is what I own. This is what I've worked hard for. This is what my parents worked hard for. This is what my family legacy is going to be based on. And you come along and you ask them for money. And if they're unable to give you that money, you are willing to evict them of the land that they're proud to call their own. Some of them don't have much to live on. All they have is this land to say, this is my own. This is what my father left for me, or this is what my mother left for me, or this is what my family has given unto me. And you take this land, and you wonder why I call you an idiot. Ladies and gentlemen, now, being that the land in Yamama's land, in Yamama, for the airport, I apologize for the saying of it, but this airport was supposed to be one of the 10 biggest airports in the world. The construction was supposed to start November 2018, and now it's been sold. It's been signed and the agreement has been done. The final survey is between Dennis Van Sandy and the Minister of Works, which is supposed to be on the 3rd of August. They are going to do the final survey on the 3rd of August. So that is telling us that we're no longer the owner of that land. That is to tell us that we can no longer say that is the land that was purchased for the people of Sierra Leone, ladies and gentlemen. And it's quite sad. Personally, I feel that instead of developing the land, the home, the nation, it's being destroyed. Now, I'll touch up on this situation. The hardest thing for me right now is the fact that Annie, the Iron Lady in Sierra Leone, had this land for over 10 years. Every contract has been signed. Everything has been agreed on. But due to the fact that she was also in agreement with the First Lady, Fatima Bio, the land is now taken. They have army armed at the land telling her, because the fact that you said something that the First Lady don't agree with, you can no longer have this land. Initially, she's been fighting. She used to live here in the UK. She moved to Sierra Leone to fight for this land. Money has been offered to her, and she said, no, this is my land. This is my home. I'm going to now move from London to be based in Sierra Leone so I can develop onto my land. They told her no. They want to buy the land and sell it to foreigners. I've spoken about this before, but as time goes on, I'll go in depth and I'll have her on the show. Why is there so much injustice being done? Why is it that we don't value each other? And we wonder why we go to other countries, other nations, America, London, wherever we go, and they don't value us. That's due to the fact that you look at me and you don't value me. If I have a shop right here, and then a Chinese man have a shop right here, you rather go to the Chinese man's shop. If you come into my shop, you rather argue me and say, oh, this is too expensive. But when you come to this shop, you pay the price and keep your mouth shut and say thank you after giving them your money. But when you come to my shop, you argue me and you either curse me on your way out, or you rather steal from me and still disrespect me. But when you come to this man's shop, there's no such thing as disrespect or arguing. What is being done in Sierra Leone, there's been so much injustice. If we don't stand up for each other, who's going to stand for us? If we don't defend each other, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to defend us? Now, I'm not trying to criticize the government because there's so much said, so many emails I get. But I will criticize you when you're doing wrong, and which indeed you have been doing wrong. I don't care if it's the ADP, Alliance Party that come in, the NGC, or APC, whatever party that comes into play, if you're doing injustice, not doing the right thing, I will be more than happy to let you know what it is that you're doing wrong. I am willing to accept any criticism that is portrayed my way. Now, Annie's land is being taken away. A land that she's paid so much money for. When she was in London, she was going back and forth. And now there are armed soldiers there telling her due to the fact that she says something that the First Lady did not agree with. And when they were in London, they were friends. And to my understanding, she introduced Fatima to BO. But now that they have that power, they no longer acknowledge her. And this is a circle that I know, so I'm able to speak on it. I have been having conversations with, Annie. And like I said, the only way we can move forward is together. The only way we'll be acknowledged is together. And the only way we can be strong is united. This continent, Africa, is the most resourceful continent. Every natural resource you can think of is there. Every mineral you can think of is there. But instead, we leave our country to go to another country, China, and suffer. Many of you have seen what a lot of Africans, because I'm not going to say Nigerians, Leoneans, or whatever, you are all acknowledged as Africans. They don't care you're Jamaicans from Barbados, you're black, you're an African. What we go through. Why is it that we cannot find that unity? I don't want to hear any excuses, but together we stand. You know the rest. But moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, I know the show will be coming to an end shortly, but I just want us to focus on what is actually going on in Sierra Leone. Let's just reflect a little bit on everything that I've said. We had a land that the former government purchased to build one of the biggest airports in the world, where bigger airplanes that currently are not landing in Sierra Leone to land, where it'll bring more tourism into the country. And when tourism comes in, that means more money for the country. Instead, we terminate the contract and sell the land to foreigners. Again, how many times have I used that word, foreigners? If you cannot structure your home, you expect another man to come and structure your home. You lose the essence, the joy of it. You lose the whole aspect of it. Now, we have this gentleman who is selling lands so he can help Fatima build a home in the Gambia or in Ghana. Dennis is helping Fatima build a home, ladies and gentlemen. And these are all information that I have, and I'll be more than happy to produce whenever anyone requests. We are destroying this beautiful country. We need investors to come in because apparently this government that we have into power are not able to do what they're supposed to do. They're a bunch of idiots, morons. Morons running the country. They're in this only for the betterment of their pockets. Dennis, you made a video saying that, oh, anyone that stands in your way, you will kill them or you will get rid of them. My name is Unisa Camara. You know me. My number is 07-932-732-851. My email address is unisacamara@unisacamara.com. Come. I welcome you to come. You're an idiot. You're a moron. Taking the land of the people for your own greed, your own selfishness. You're not humane. I don't consider you as a human being. I don't consider you as, look at, you're pathetic. You're a lunatic. You and your little cohorts. I did say on today's show that I was going to be calm, but whenever I think about what the people are going through, it's hard to retain myself. But whatever have you, ladies and gentlemen, it's quite sad. What we really need in Sierra Leone is someone who's humane, who's not only thinking about themselves, but who's thinking of the betterment of the country, who's thinking of the betterment of the nation, who is thinking about or of Mama Salone to develop. Sierra Leone is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. I want you to visualize whenever you are in that airplane and you're coming to Sierra Leone. Portugal named Sierra Leone Lion Mountain. And as many of you know, Sierra Leone was colonized by Portugal at one time. So think about the beauty of this country, the Lion Mountain, the beauty that this country holds. But we're going through so much, we're in so much pain. Why can't our leaders see the pain of the children of Sierra Leone? Why can't our leaders say, you know what? As I have been in the West, I've been in America, I've been in this country, I've been in that country. This is what I can offer to this country. Instead of buying ambulances like other presidents, we're buying SUVs for other government officials. How are we developing, ladies and gentlemen? Our hospitals don't have the proper medical team. They don't have the equipment. We need to renovate our hospitals, the marketplace. They're falling apart. They're not hygienic. And we're quick to say, I'm from Sierra Leone. I'm going to make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, we love this country, but we are selling our country in bits. We are terminating contracts. If you own this land, because I need 40,000 pounds, and if you cannot, $40,000, and if you cannot give this money, you have to be evicted from the land. A land that has been given to you by your parents, your mother, your father, your uncle, a family member. You have had this land for so long, but because the fact that you have not built on the land, or you're not able to give $40,000, you're now going to be evicted. Where is the humanity in that? How do you sleep at night knowing that there are people that cannot sleep crying throughout the night? Crying throughout the night, worried because they have little babies. They're thinking, where am I going to go with my 6 months baby, my 3 months old baby, my newborn baby? And you are evicting these people. Where's the humanity in that? And when I say something, I get emails saying I was a little bit harsh. But some people applaud it and some people say I'm harsh. It's not a matter of me being harsh. It's a matter of my heart. I feel the pain that these people feel. I empathize what they go through. I put myself in their place. Money don't give you joy, ladies and gentlemen. Money never gives you joy. Money is something that comes and goes. But when you do what is right, you get such a good feeling inside, knowing that you have done something right. So that put something up on social media. I was so happy, and I was up till 8 o'clock this morning. I was up all night. Went to bed. In 2-3 hours, I was up again. But I had this blissfulness within me. And as I always said, if there's someone out there I'm doing wrong to, I apologize, reach out to me, and we can discuss it. But I refuse to do people wrong. And that's what gives me the feeling that I get. You evicting people off the land, taking food out of people's mouths. How do you sleep at night? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching. Every week is just something different. I sincerely wish I can come on here and say we have one of the most beautiful airports in Sierra Leone right now that this government have established. I want to come on here and say we have electricity now. Thank you to this government. I wish I can come here and say the roads have been built. Thank you to this government. I want to come here and say the marketplace is so much better. Thank you to this government. I want to say the youths are now in school, which initially when this government went into power, they said they're given free education. We don't see it. I want to be able to come here and say thank you to this government. I want to come here and say there's now free Medicare for the elderly, the disabled. Thank you to this government. You know, when the anti-corruption, I spoke to, Khalifa, and he told me that, so much money has been obtained due to the anti-corruption, and I invited him on the show. The first thing I did was I applauded him. I absolutely, positively applauded him. And then the hospital that was to build, Mr. Worry, I applauded Mr. Worry as well. I sent him an email. But come to find out, the monies that the corruption unit had obtained is not the one that was going to be used for that hospital. It was monies from another organization that was going to be used to build that hospital, and then that hospital was going to charge the people. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, do you see my anger? Do you feel my pain? Do you see why I act the way I do? Sometimes when I say Vandy, I know your name is not Vandy. I know it's Sandy. Just like Bayo, I call him B.O. I know his name is not B.O. It's Bayo. Julius Mata Bayo. But I say things and I call you names just to aggravate you, just to irritate you. I would love for any one of you to come out and say, Unisa, I will come on your show. Instead of just trying to talk to me on the phone or sending me messages on WhatsApp. Why would you want to send me a message on WhatsApp when I always say I am available to you? If you send me a message on WhatsApp, say, Unisa, let's have a talk at so-and-so time. I will clear my schedule for you. I always give out my number. You have my email. I am at your disposal. I'm not hiding. You see me. Let's make a difference, ladies and gentlemen. This is our home at the end of the day. A lot of us in the Western world work hard to go back home. It's not just to say I'm from Sierra Leone. Stand for something, be about something, and let's learn to respect each other, ladies and gentlemen. I bid you all a good day.